All right, guys, we got to talk about this. So, of course, we all woke up the other day to the horror that our overweight, fredophile, rapist, war criminal president decided to illegally invade a sovereign nation, abduct their president, carpet bomb their capital, and then brag about it afterwards and talk about how now we're going to take the oil. We're going to steal the natural resources. Just basically putting the nail in the coffin for any semblance of international law, or for that matter, U.S. law. You know, it's not up in the air. You would need Congress to approve something as extreme as that. They didn't care. They didn't do it. They didn't do that. So, I mean, just totally and utterly insane. This is completely and utterly insane. Well, guess what? In reaction to this, all these people in MAGA who pretended for so long like they were anti-war and that the Democrats were the warmongers, right? Needless to say, they flipped on a dime. And I'm going to do a separate segment going through the specifics of all these MAGA hacks that were on the record as being anti-war, and now they got their fucking pom-poms out and they're cheering for this, okay? But in the wake of what Trump did here, they cannot stop lying. They cannot stop spreading complete misinformation and AI slop, trying to bolster their case as to why it was the right thing to do for Trump to flagrantly violate international law and do another regime change war. So let's start with this one. Breaking 911 says, Venezuelans celebrating the capture of Maduro. And then I'll play this video for you. As you can see here, a lot of people in a city square here. And it's just a 7-second video, but this stuff spread far and wide. This post alone has 9.2 thousand likes, 240,000 views. Well, as Alan McLeod says here, this is clearly, obviously, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Ever since Elon nuked the blue check and started paying people for clicks, low-effort fake news farms have proliferated. He almost single-handedly made our media ecosystem tangibly worse. All right, so I'm just getting started. This is one tweet with 240,000 views, completely and utterly factually wrong. And by the way, there's no community note underneath it. Okay, ready? Let's keep going. Here we go. Wall Street Apes tweets, Venezuelans are crying on their knees, thanking Trump and America for freeing them from Nicolas Maduro. And then he says, I added English subtitles so you can understand them. I'll play the video here for you.
El pueblo finalmente está libre.
So you see this grandma crying with a flag around her neck. Venezuelans take to the streets to celebrate Maduro's downfall. The people cry for their freedom. Thanks to the United States for freeing us. And long live freedom. Another young boy crying here. Hey, they finally fell. We are free. We are free. Thank you, God. Thank you. Hey, they finally fell. Notice the exact same words from that one to this one. This is real. We are free. Look how people are doing. Viva Venezuela. Venezuela. Thank you, God. This is for all those who endured it. It is moving. Another crying grandma who looks shockingly like the other crying grandma, but different. The hero. Gone. We are finally free. Thank you, Donald Trump. Long live freedom. You're already probably ahead of me, and you know. This video is completely AI. 29,000 retweets on this fake AI video. We're cooked. Soon only a small minority will distinguish reality from AI, and we will be fighting with digital illiterates over the authenticity of videos. Yeah. And there's so many like dead giveaways in this. First of all, it's so comical and over the top. The way that they're talking, the way that they're crying, the way that they repeat some of the same phrases. You can see the flags in the background are sort of fucked up in many instances here. Completely AI generated. Completely AI generated. And now my guess is, let me take a look. Now, so this one does have a community note, thank God. But the community note is in fucking Spanish. And this has 5.3 million views and 118,000 likes. Complete and utter slop misinformation. Feeding the pro-war psyop that we're currently undergoing. All right, more. Here we go. I meme, therefore I am. By the way, a lot of these accounts are these, like, you know, pro-MAGA accounts that probably were exposed recently. Remember that thing where it was like some ridiculously high percentage of these MAGA accounts are like in Pakistan or India or Nigeria, and it's just like a farm to make money? You know, so like a lot of these are those sorts of accounts, by the way, that are doing this. But I meme, therefore I am says, I'm in tears. Venezuelans are flooding the streets, draped in and waving their national flag, celebrating the capture of Maduro and the fall of his regime. Watch this one. All right, so you get the gist of it. Guess what? Be aware of the propaganda war. Basically, all the Zionist Trump propagandists are posting old videos labeling them as, oh my God, people are celebrating the fall of Maduro. This is old footage from September 2023 showing Venezuelans celebrating a soccer win against Paraguay. Oh my God. And by the way, on this video, 5.4 million views, 101,000 likes, no community note. No community note. Not a single one of these Venezuela videos is real. 2 aren't in Venezuela. 1 is 18 months old. MAGA grifters are the new Operation Mockingbird. They are the new mainstream media. Benny Johnson spreading a fake video. Massive crowds have taken to the streets of Venezuela to celebrate President Trump's capture of Nicolas Maduro. Someone should show this to the Democrats and corporate media. Why? It's fake, and it would only make you look super humiliating, just as your being deep in the closet is humiliating. All right, Nick Shirley. Wait a minute, the MSM media lied to us again. This is the guy who literally just got caught lying about Somali fraud in Minnesota. Just got caught lying. And here he is smugly. MSM is lying again? You are worse than MSM. You are a right-wing hack. You are just whitewashing a genocide in Gaza. Okay? Fuck you, you little twerp. He continues, the people of Venezuela actually didn't like being ruled by a narco-terrorist. World Cup-style celebrations are erupting all across Venezuela at the moment. Congratulations to the people of Venezuela. Guess what? This was in fucking Miami, not Venezuela. It's in fucking Miami. Now this, guys, is what's actually happening. Anti-America protests all across Paris, France. Here we go. Kind of interesting, isn't it? How you could search far and wide for a real video of celebration and you can't find it, but it's actually very easy to find protests opposing this. There were protests out in front of the White House within like an hour of this shit happening, okay? It's incredible. All right, more. So Sky News talked to Venezuelans on the ground in Venezuela. And guess what? They're singing a little different tune than the imperialist warmonger bullshit that you're being spoon-fed by MAGA hacks. Listen to this. The U.S. is not interested in freedom or democracy, says a real person actually in Venezuela. It is interested in our oil and our natural resources. Venezuelans gathered in Caracas to express their solidarity with President Nicolas Maduro. Weird. I thought it was the opposite. What the United States has done is criminal. As it invaded Venezuelan territory. Turns out people don't like their president being kidnapped and abducted in the middle of the night and dragged for a fucking fake show trial.
Penetrado, pues, territorio venezolano.
U.S. airstrikes that led to the capture of President Maduro destroyed a residential building in the coastal state of Catia-Lamar. By the way, let me just tell you guys, as of right now, 80 people confirmed dead, at least one 80-year-old woman. And these scoundrels want you to believe the world is celebrating. According to local reports, the strike left one person dead and another injured. The sound was deafening. Bombs fell. On the mountains near Fort Tiuna. It was terrifying, absolutely terrifying.
I saw the helicopters, I saw the explosion, the fire going to the sky. Disorder, the people run, the people take their cars and go to everywhere. And the people feel scared. We haven't electricity, power, telephone signal, internet. We are in a blackout.
Jesus Christ. All right. And then I'll also leave you with this one. Again, an actual person in Venezuela. And here's what he says.
No es Venezuela. No es
This isn't just about Venezuela. It's not only about Venezuelans.
solo los venezolanos. Es el mundo.
It's about the world.
Porque Trump entonces, ante cualquier presidente
Because if Trump can do this,
que se niegue,
if any president defends their
que
sovereignty,
defienda la soberanía, va a pretender
he'll try to intervene.
Estamos poniendo por
We are tearing down
tierra 300
300 years
años de resolución de
of resolving conflicts through diplomacy.
mecanismos a través de la diplomacia. Y eso es peligroso.
And that is dangerous.
Muy peligroso.
Very dangerous.
Esto significa la crisis de las
This marks the crisis of the United Nations.
Naciones Unidas. ¿Cómo que el secretario
How is it possible the Secretary General hasn't spoken out?
general no se ha pronunciado de las Naciones Unidas? ¿Cómo que el Consejo de
How is it possible that the
Seguridad ha
Security
permitido
Council
una
has allowed a unilateral action, an act of aggression,
acción unilateral que es una agresión violenta a la
a
igualdad
violent violation of equality between states?
ante los Estados
El Congreso de los Estados
El Congreso
The
de los
U.S. Congress.
Estados Unidos, ¿cómo permite?
How can it allow
No,
this?
entonces, indudablemente,
Undoubtedly, they are trampling over everything.
está pasando por encima de todo y esto es peligroso
And this is dangerous.
para los Estados Unidos,
Dangerous for the
para
U.S.,
el orden interno
for their own internal
de
order,
ellos, para América
for Latin America, and for the
Latina
world
y para el mundo. Advertimos
We are
sobre
warning
lo que este paso dado por Trump
about what this step by Trump means for humanity.
significa para la humanidad. Está pisando
He is pressing the button
el botón de una confrontación
for large-scale
a amplios
confrontation.
niveles. Una agresión contra
An aggression against Venezuela
es una agresión
is
contra
an
el mercado
aggression against the
petrolero.
global oil
Una agresión
market. An attack on Venezuela
contra Venezuela
transforms
transforma, por lo tanto,
Latin
el
America
espacio de
from a
América
zone of
Latina de
peace
una zona de paz
into a zone
en
of
un espacio de
confrontation.
confrontación. Y los pueblos,
And when the people of Latin America speak,
cuando hablan en América Latina, no terminan de callarse
they never
nunca.
go silent. So how about that? The reality is literally the exact opposite of what these fucking charlatan scumbag cretins are pretending. And look, I know I've said this 1,000 times, but apparently I need to say it 1,000 more, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If you are right-leaning, or if you are MAGA, or if you are conservative, or if you are centrist, just understand, now you know this information, you have this information, and you realize that these people have no scruples whatsoever. They don't care about the truth, they don't care about reality, they don't care about facts, they are rank, disgusting propagandists for a fredophile, grapist, war criminal pig. That's what they are. So pick a team. Pick a team. Are you on Team Humanity or whatever the fuck they are? I know where I am. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.